Hey Vash, thank you so much for booking me again for your Saturn return. So I got your correct birthday information being April 29th, 1991, Columbia, South Carolina, 9:29 p.m. I'm on point with you. If my eyes look low, you know why. I'm gonna tell you before we start, go ahead and probably get like some notes because you know how I try to keep it structured, but I jump around and I stretch it out, and I want you to get like the meat and potatoes of this. So yeah, get a paper and pencil if you need to, so you can jot some stuff down. So Saturn was at 6 degrees Aquarius when you were born. We are going to be back at that point in February of next year. So February 2021 is when you need to be expecting the height of your Saturn return to take place. You're already going through the energy now. So if stuff starts switching up, especially third house type stuff, which I'll go over in a little bit, you know why. It's because that energy is getting closer. So that magnitude is like magnifying. I don't know. A lot of your planets will be in your third house when your Saturn return takes place. So that's how you know the bulk of your energy, lessons, focus needs to be in third house shit. And an Aquarian energy. And with you being a Taurus, Aquarian energy is just not the business. Like, that's just not what you really signed up for. As far as like, you can have Aquarian friends and shit like that, but like they might get on your nerves, or you just might distinctly see the differences or the similarities, just the difference in exertion between y'all that makes it like, I can't really fuck with you. You get on my motherfucking nerves. But then like but Aquarians can be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure if Megan Thee Stallion walked in, you'd be trying to be cool with her. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is my thing. When you dealing with other people in Aquarian energy, is different from you yourself trying to embody Aquarian energy. So it's gonna be a stressful transition period. You already know what time it is with the Saturn return. So let's just break that down real quick. Saturn, the planet of restriction, the planet of long-term lessons, the planet of time. Saturn rules time. The planet that basically teaches you to grow up. Like, it's just like your dad. The planet out there that's gonna really just help you to mature and understand like life lessons and life goals, and the importance of perseverance and sticking to a plan, and like discipline. You know what I mean? So if you have a planet like that that's going back to its original point, it's like boom, like heavy magnitude. Like, Saturn is wherever Saturn is in your chart, it's going to be hard for you to deal with shit there. It's going to be a lot of lessons you got to go through. It's not going to be easy. But if you stick with it, like, Saturn is all about perseverance. Like, if you stick with it, do what you have to do, you're going to get rewarded in the end. It's not like it's for no reason. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the race, you're gonna get that trophy as long as you make it to the end, and as long as you do the best you fucking can. Saturn is not easy. It don't go easy on nobody. So Saturn being in Aquarius, Aquarius is the sign of like technology and like space, communication, forward thinking, like genius, like being like innovative, doing things to get, it's like all about humanity, the bigger picture, but like the advancement through knowledge and technology, and like, sciencey shit. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so it's all about rebellious energy, and it's all about like that spark of like intuition, or that spark of like genius or epiphanies. Like, it's like that kind of energy. So it's like, and it's super smart, super, like, Aquarians are like 3,000 years ahead of us. You know what I'm saying? They're not from here, they're not from Earth. So it's like that versus a Taurus, which is super Earth, super traditional, super like, you know what I'm saying, by the book. Like, we've been doing this. Like, it's stable. It's real, like, right here with it. Like, it's predictable, versus being spontaneous. So it's a stretch for you to do something. What your Saturn return is wanting you to do is be different. get out of your comfort zone, learn about something new, some new form of technology, some new way of connecting with people in a different, like, just out of the box kind of way. Like, beat to the beat of your own drum. You're gonna be like, when this energy, you could be feeling it now, but as it gets closer to February next year, you're gonna be feeling like you want to just break free, like you have to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna feel this urge to even communicate it, because it's third house energy. So the third house is communication, learning, neighborhood, environment, siblings, neighbors, thought processes, and transportation. It's really how you learn something, how you process it, and how you relay the information to other people around you. So think about like a Gemini, or like just think about like a kid, a kid like a toddler, right? When they see some shit that they never seen before, like you put a puzzle in front of a kid, or just anything with like gears and stuff. It's like they want to take it apart, look at it, put it together, see how it works, take it apart, see if they can put it. It's like that. Like, you're gonna be in that energy during your Saturn return. You're gonna be like either picking yourself apart or picking apart a new hobby. Like, it might be a new hobby, it might be a new career. Honestly, it could be like a new career. Like, I feel like you're gonna be going into a new work phase. You're gonna switch out of something and go into something else, or take what you're doing and take it to a whole nother level, you know what I'm saying, involving the public eye and people around you. So it might be just something like in your neighborhood that you do for people. I don't know, but it's gonna be something like with communication. You're gonna want to. Social media might even be a big part of it too. So you might have to market yourself, get into marketing. And with Corona, I'm having all these ideas right now. It's like my head is going 5,000 miles per hour. So coronavirus is going on right now. The best way to make money is online. Online is Aquarian energy. Everything with the internet is Aquarian. So it's like, with this shit happening all in your third house, and the fact that you know it now, coronavirus is I don't know if you're working or what you got going on, but the coronavirus is the perfect time to learn something new, to master something, to solidify something. You know what I'm saying? Because we got so much time on our hands to get something to where we want it to be. Utilize this, and the fact that you know it now, that whatever you're going to be doing is involving the internet, social media, other people, communication. Start it now. You feel me? Like, get into it now. Get a website. Get like just some type of platform for whatever it is that you're going to be mastering, so that other people can join in on that shit with you. Because your thing is gonna be about communication. It's all about communication, learning something. You might be teaching something. You done already been to college. You got this whole degree, and I don't know if you got 2 or 3. Like, I don't, like, you know what I'm saying? You have shit under your belt to where you could be either the teacher in the situation, or you could be wanting to take it to another. Maybe you want your master's or your PhD or something like that. Like, you could be trying to, say for instance, you wanted to get your PhD, right? And you put the whole vlog on YouTube. You feel me? Now everybody's learning along with you for free. You're benefiting other people. Aquarian energy. You're putting out what you've learned. Third house. You know what I'm saying? Like, but maybe right now that's just a completely like ill thought to you. Like, just like uncomfortable. Like, oh my God, I'm not used to being in the spotlight. I don't want to do that. Or, oh my God, I don't like. Like, maybe you have an issue because Saturn is originally in your third house in your natal chart. Maybe you have an issue with learning. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're the person, like, maybe you can read well, right? But when they call on you to read in class, you start stuttering and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you have an issue to where you don't want to put your thought process or your learning or your something about that capability out for other people to see. But Saturn wants you to do it. Because I feel like at this point, you've gone through enough to kind of either master that energy, or you're at the point where you want to. You're on the brink of it. It's like that you're at the point where it's time for you to do it. So now other people can benefit from the lifelong or this Saturn return long lesson that you've learned. You know what I'm saying? There's other people out there that probably have learning disabilities, or just aren't as confident in their and expressing themselves, or in their communication style, or whatever, to where like you could be like, oh, I dealt with that my whole life and look at where I'm at now. And then now you elevating the energy and the vibration of other people around you. That's the type of vibe I feel. But put that in your own context. The reason why I feel like it's going to have something to do with your job, and you're probably like, oh, this ain't got nothing to do with the 10th house, why do you feel like it's career based? It's 6th house energy into it, that's involved with it too. You have 2 planets in your 6th house. It's Mars and Uranus. Mars is the planet of action, drive, doing shit. You know what I'm saying? This is how you exert your energy. Uranus, we already talked about that. That's another more Aquarian energy. So being in your 6th house, the 6th house is the house of service to others. It's your everyday routine. It's your schedule, your work life and balance, your chores, the stuff that you have to do every day, but that involves other people too, like your job versus your career. 10th house would be your career, as like your 6th house would be your job, because your job can switch up a little bit quicker than your 10th house. You know what I'm saying? Then your career can. Your career is a long-term thing. If you look at a birth chart, or just like a chart of the sky, you see those like slices, like picture it just like a pie, and every slice is a house. As you go around the wheel, that's like you going around the wheel of your life. Like the first house is when you're like a baby and you grow up by the time you get to the 12th house. If you think about it like that, the 6th house is just a quicker pace and a younger you than the 10th house. Career, like I've already done all this. I got accolades, I got a resume, I got portfolios, I got, you know what I'm saying? You got a list of shit. Versus like 6th house is like, okay, I'm going through the process of learning it. 3rd house is like school. 3rd house would be school. 6th house would be everyday job, like whatever type shit after college. And then motherfucking 10th house is like, I'm CEO status by now, baby. What's up with it? So yeah, I feel like a lot of your Saturn return is going to have to deal with your 6th house too, as in service to others. If you're still, I don't know, I know you was doing like physical therapy for a while, and that's a huge 6th house energy, because it's like health. 6th house has a lot to do with health and working out and shit like that, your body and physical therapy. And the 6th house is ruled by Virgo. So physical therapy would fall under that. I don't think you're doing that anymore, but just like something like that, where you're helping people health wise, you're helping people feel better, you're just helping other people in some kind of way. Your Saturn return is going to be about putting yourself out there for other people. Like I went through all of this so I could put it out there for y'all to see. Your 3rd house is going to have Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, the Sun, and the Moon in it, and Saturn, when your Saturn return comes around. The only planet that won't be in Aquarius at that time will be the Moon. That's going to be in Pisces. So next year, around February 12th, because that's the day that I use this for, you need to be hella spiritual. Like try to get as much in your spiritual vibe as you can. Like if you're taking a bath around that time, or if you're like into a dream journal, like if you don't have a dream journal now, start one now, just so you can get in the energy of it before like next year. If you don't want to do it until like January 1st 2021, cool, but like try to be in the vibe of that spiritual energy that Pisces represents before your Saturn return really, before it gets to the 6th degree, before it gets to your degree. Because I feel like that's going to help you tune in that much more to what, like, to help, to downloads, to things that can help you advance and cope and deal with, and have insight to help you, like, navigate through the time. So pay attention. Sudden sparks of energy, any type of epiphanies you may have, like be ready to write shit down or put shit in your notes in your phone. Pay attention to the technology around that time. Will Mercury be in retrograde? Mercury will be in retrograde when your Saturn return hits. So baby, shit, just be like, just take this as your warning, okay? You are a fucking Taurus at the end of the day, and you got a Scorpio rising and a Scorpio moon. You can take more shit than the average human. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You can take more shit than the average human. So whatever, just put your armor on. You know what I'm saying? Put your spiritual armor on. Like, be ready for when this time comes, because you're gonna be stressed. You might be tired. You might be mentally exhausted because it's so much third house and Aquarian energy going on. You gonna be in your head a lot. I got you. If you need readings and shit like that, you just need like some sage. You need to meditate. Be ready to meditate. Like, get you some meditation apps. I feel like anything having to do with Aquarian energy, being a technology, your phone, like just talking to other people, start implementing shit like that into your life now for positive reasons. Get meditation apps. You know what I'm saying? Like implement, like I said, the dream journal, because with the moon being in Pisces at the time that your degree hits, you want to take as much advantage of that Piscean energy that you can. That's dreams, that's intuition, that's higher self, that's subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? That's access to the other side. And if they can give you any insight as to like what your next step is gonna be, because it's a transition. You like, by the time shit happens, all this shit. Look at your chart. I really want this to focus for you, because the majority of your planets, like I said, are in your 5th house. I mean, they're in your 3rd house. And a lot of your planets are like on the wheel, are on this side of the chart. By the time it all transitions to your 10th house, I want you to already have like a good idea of where you're going. If your job is completely changing and you're doing something completely different, I want you to have like an idea of what that is. Like, when this time hits, I don't want you to just be blindsided. Like, fuck, I just like lost my job and now I have no idea what the fuck I want to do next, because that's all I ever like put my time and energy and thoughts into. No, like, start thinking about plan A, B, C, D, E, F, and G for when this time comes around. And with the North Node right now being in Gemini, because the nodes just changed, it's time to like learn. It's time. All these planets will be in your 3rd house. Gemini rules the 3rd house. So your learning, your thought processes, your communication, your education, and then communicating that with whoever you're around. Like, if you're not in school, I'd be surprised. If you're not in school, I'd be surprised. That's going to be the biggest element of your life at that time. Learning something and mastering it and implementing it into other people's lives. Like, you need to just communicate what you're experiencing. Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Sun, and Saturn is all there. So what else is the 3rd house? That's siblings. If you're going through some issues with your sisters or with your sister or your brother, like, just know it's time. It's like a transition. It's y'all are going to a new phase. If something goes on with them, just be there for them. Try to, like, something could happen between you and your siblings, or something could happen to one of them and you got to be there to support them, or it could, y'all's relationship could go from this to that. Like, from one thing to the other. Like, what the fuck? Watch out for your neighbors. Watch out for your like environment. Okay, so like your neighborhood, wherever if you're moving, you might move. You might move during this time. You might get a new crib. You might move in with somebody new or something. You might decide to like, okay, I'm only living by myself now. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. You might say, you know what, I want a roommate. You know what, let me go back to getting a roommate, because this might be the move right now, or something. Something might happen with your let me see, because you got Neptune in your 4th house at this time. I wonder what your relationship with your grandma might be like at that time. She might give you a sense of comfort. Yeah, check in with your grandma. During your Saturn return, she might be a source of comfort for you. Back to the 6th house. Mars and Uranus are both in the 6th house in Taurus. So that's good for you. Your Mars being there is going, and your Mars being there is going to keep you consistent. It's going to keep you consistent in whatever routine or whatever it is that you were, in your schedule, in your routine. So I feel like if you have the opportunity to recreate your life right now, which you do with coronavirus going on, manifest what the fuck you want, bruh. You can make that shit work for you. Turn your lemons into lemonade. Turn your pain into champagne. Like, your Mars is gonna be in Taurus in your sixth house. So it's like, if you implement now, if you start thinking now, like, okay, what do I want to turn my life into? What do I want to major in? What school do I want to go to? Like, get whatever it is on track now. So by the time this shit hits, when the Saturn hits this degree, you already got shit in place. It's not like the rug is being pulled from up under your feet. You already got a plan. Now it's just about keeping that, like, being consistent with it. Yeah, shit might hit the fan. The shit might hit the fan, but at least you already in the groove. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got something established. It's not like shit hitting the fan and you just starting from zero. You can start now. You're aware now. You can start now. And Taurus is the energy that'll carry you through all the way to the end. So no matter what happens that might try to knock you off balance, Taurus is going to keep you going. And it's Mars that's in Taurus. That's good. Mars and Taurus ain't normally the best energy, but for you to have your Saturn return during that time, that's a benefit to you, bruh. Just stick with your plan. Stick with whatever it is that you, like, feel like you want to transition into, because it might not be what you got going on right now. If it is what you got going on right now, cool, stick with it. But it's some Aquarian energy shit. Just keep that in mind. Pluto will be going through your second house at this time, and it'll be in Capricorn. Just make sure that your finances are together. If something happens with your finances, with your money, with your possessions, anything valuable to you, keep an eye out for it. If it gets destroyed, or if something just leaves, just understand it. It's a part of the transition period and, like, the death cycle. Something new is coming. Something new is definitely coming. So if something leaves that you valued, you know what I'm saying, just honor it and accept that is making space for whatever new energy is coming into your life. Something better for you and more catered to you at this time. So a big theme of this is, like, becoming your own parent. It's really, like, becoming your own parent. If you are having to, like, restructure how you think about yourself, what your day-to-day life is like, how you're processing and communicating information, or the people that you have around you, you're going to have to be your own parent. You're going to have to be your own disciplinarian. It's like you're transitioning from one phase into another. They say when your Saturn return comes, that's when you actually become an adult. They let us drink, smoke, vote, and all that shit at 18, 21. That's what got everybody thinking, like, okay, you're grown at this time. But, like, you're really an adult. You're really grown when this Saturn return hits. So you're going to have to, your thought process and everything is going to is not even have to. I don't want you to think I'm saying it like, okay, you're going to have to be the one to make your mind change. No, like, you're going to feel externally and internally, it's all going to be right there. Like, you're going to feel it and you're going to see it happening. Like, damn, I can't do what I used to do. I can't move the way I used to move. I got to grow the fuck up. And I'm not saying you're not already grown, but it's just like, you're going to feel it. It's going to be internal and an instinct. Like, I need to react different. Like, damn, I just see different. I think different. And it's cool. Like, the more you lean into it, the easier the transition will be. The more you resist it, the harder externally the transition is going to come at you, because it's like, it's inevitable. We not 12 no more. You feel me? Like, it's what you're moving on next to is going to require you to have a more mature mentality. It's like, you got to be ready. So people, if you feel the urge to leave certain people behind, friends, associates, best friends, or even siblings, hopefully you don't. I just know you and ex's relationship hasn't always been the best. But anybody that you feel like it's time for you, it's gonna be cutoff season. It's gonna be cutoff season either for you or like other people might be cutting you off. But you're aware of it. When you see shit happen, when people show you their true colors, take that shit for what it is, and you know what I mean? Like, move accordingly, because everybody ain't meant to move with you to this next level that you're going to. So you're gonna have to decipher, pick and choose real, meticulously who it is that you want to get on that train with you to the top. Everybody can't come. And it's gonna be wild because it's like you kind of see, you're aware of something that not everybody's into. So if you see like your friends aren't growing with you, or maturing, or and you just leaving them behind, it's maybe you can implement astrology into their life at that point. Be like, look, bro, like, we can't move like we used to move. Something's going on, and we gotta move with the times. I don't want you to get like left behind. But the way you set up, I wouldn't be surprised if you had to cut some people off. I would not be surprised. Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. I wouldn't be surprised. And then that Taurus sun is just probably going to try to hold on. Don't hold on to, I'm trying to tell you, don't hold on to nothing that can't turn to gold with you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When people show you what time it is, believe them and move accordingly. Yeah, so check at when your Saturn return comes around, like start, or just get deeper with your parents, with your mom. Get deeper with your mom, get deeper with your grandma if you can, and just like keep them there, because it's going to be an emotional struggle like for you to go through. You got what was it? And you just going to need like people, like strong, solid people to back you up, and to, it's one thing to talk to your peers. It's one thing to talk to your friends. It's one thing to talk to people that's on the same level as you, because, their experience, although it may be different from yours in various ways, there's a sense of, it's nothing like getting a real experience. And people that have real experience are older. They've had more time to go through more things, and they know more shit, period. You know what I'm saying? So talking to elders, talking to your mom, talking to your grandma, talking to people that have already been through something that you're just going through, that's going to give you a solid sense of, foundation. Like, okay, I can get through this. Like, I can endure it. I can push on. So Saturn's not even doing that much. So you got Sun square Saturn, you got Saturn opposite Jupiter, and you'll have Saturn conjunct Saturn, of course. Saturn conjunct Saturn is the Saturn return itself. Saturn opposite Jupiter this gives me like depleted vibes. Like literally you're gonna feel like you might feel like you just can't go on. Like, I don't see light at the end of the tunnel, or I don't know where to go. You don't have to feel so much like that if you start thinking about this energy now, start doing what you got to do now to get yourself set up for that when that time comes around. On the flip side, I can't tell you that, prepping for it is just going to have you A1 100% guaranteed. You're not going to have to, that's not what I'm saying. You're still going to have to experience this energy regardless. It's just the fact that now that you know about it, you'll be able to better deal with it. And you can get your support system ready to help you deal with it. But yeah, Saturn opposite Jupiter. It's like Jupiter is the planet of optimism and benevolence and the like ultimate spirituality and just good luck. Wherever Jupiter is in your chart, you straight, you Gucci, you gonna have all the good energy coming to you in that area of life. With Saturn being opposite to it, opposing it, it's like it's putting a restriction on that big energy. It's like dumbing it down, not dumbing it down, but just like it's restricting it. And it's like, so it's gonna make you personally feel like, how the fuck do I move on? Like you're if you might even start to question spirituality or religion, or you might have new different spiritual insights, or just something's going to go on with your spirituality at that time. I can definitely tell you that. And this is a long-term aspect. So you're going to go through, I'm not going to say like a spiritual awakening, but like it's going to be like some type of spiritual transition is coming. You'll have to learn a lesson or see something from an opposing point of view of how you normally looked at it. You're going to see it from the opposite side. So how you would normally look at religion, look at spirituality, look at how you do all that kind of stuff, whatever, you're going to see you're going to have a completely opposite perspective of it at that time. So it might lean you in a new direction, or just, you're going to transition because of that. When I tell you during your Saturn return, a lot of shit is just going to change. Like, you're going to feel, the Wheel of Fortune card in the deck, that you're going to feel the wheel turning in all areas of life. Like whatever house is happening in, your third house, this is where you're going to feel it the most. But you're going to see how it's going to affect everything. It's just, you're an adult now. I seen a meme one time of this girl, I think it was on her 30th birthday. It was like she had like a funeral, not a funeral birthday party, but like she was dressed up in all black and she had black balloons, and it was like saying goodbye to my childhood versus like a happy birthday party. That's like major Saturn return vibes, like super duper Saturn return vibes. But yours is an Aquarius, so it's like, although it's going to be a stressful transition, you're going to get to experience, like, share that with people and share your the lessons that you've learned with people. You're gonna benefit from it at the end of the day. Like, I don't see you not coming out of this on top, because the other people, you might be like low-key kind of put on a pedestal. Like, you're once you learn what your lesson is to learn, and me saying that is like, it's not like I'm holding back the lesson from you. Like, your lesson is learning. You're going to be learning. Once you get, to past this point, people are going to hold you in high regard. You will have acquired a lot of knowledge about whatever this Aquarian energy is that you're about to embrace. Networking is going to be big for you. Networking is going to be huge for you, because the North Node, like I said, is in Gemini. Gemini is all about networking and communicating with other people, connecting shit anyway, but it's going to be in your 7th house. 7th house is about interpersonal relationships. So that could be like your marriage, that could be your romantic relationship with your partner, or it could be like a business partner, or your boss, you know what I'm saying, or an understudy up under you, somebody that your finance, like, I swear to God, for it not to have nothing in your 10th house, this is like setting you up for some 10th house energy. This is a lot of career foundational energy for you right here. So yeah, kind of just try to gear yourself up for communication issues. Mercury will be in retrograde while you're going through this shit, so be ready for that. But you're going to have to work through it. It's a restructuring of your mind that's going to have to go down. Yeah. You're methodic in life regardless anyway, because you're a Taurus. But when this time comes, like, be even more intentional, and like Knight of Pentacles with with how you receive and relay information. Slow everything down, like, and don't give a fuck if you say if you're in school at that time, when you get your syllabus, you be working on like projects that ain't due until 3 years from now today. You be working on that right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of energy you need to be. Just be ready. Be ready to learn. It's a lot for you to learn, because eventually it's going to be a lot for you to relay. And people need whatever it is that you're going to be putting out there. Your communication style will be changing. Your car, all right? Make sure that your car is straight. If you're thinking about buying a new car, don't do it at that time. Don't do it during Saturn return time. It's February 2021. Mercury will be in retrograde, and you're going to, don't get a new car at that time. Start working on your car now if you want to. I think, yeah, embrace more spiritual energy as you're going through this. Embrace your grandma, embrace your mom, embrace your feminine side. Be ready to cut shit off. Be ready to cut people off. Keep a journal. Keep a dream journal, or keep just some type of journal that's keeping track of like your feelings, your emotions, how you're dealing with shit, your ideas, whatever you got to do to keep track. That way, by the time your Saturn return comes, and you like, especially during like February 12th, when that moon is in Pisces, I want you to be able to like really learn and experience your dreams, like fully connect with your spirituality and your higher self at that time, so you can download any and all things you need to. Okay. If you feel misunderstood at that time, it's fine. I put in highlights self-taught. You, and that's why that's probably why people will hold you in such high regard, because like you, if you have a issue with like, if you get embarrassed when you're trying to learn something from somebody, or like if you just have some type of issue to where learning and communicating is hard and you don't want to do it with other people, being self-taught is, like the next best thing, right? If you're a self-taught person and you get to the top, people like can't take that from you. People can't take that shit from you, and some people love the fuck out of it. You can't help but respect it, and some people gonna hate it. So it's like either way you gonna eat. You know what I'm saying? As long as you allow yourself to be vulnerable and put that shit out there for everybody else to get and benefit the good shit from it, get the good juices, you gonna eat, bruh. You gonna eat. So make some people mad. Who cares? Fuck them. Subconscious fears of mental inadequacy will come up and you will overcome it. Period. All right? I'm going to go ahead and end it there. Yeah, because that's a whole nother client's page right there. And yeah, hopefully this resonated with you. You can go back and like compare it with the one that I did before, and that information is still pretty valid, so you can go through the both of them. But the key points, like I said, just remember certain shit from this, and compare notes and implement all of it. To once you get to that time, hey, I'll be trying to take all the advice I can. So thank you for booking me. Thank you for being patient with me. I always love you the most. I'm about to start doing like shit for clients, you know what I'm saying? Now that like I have more time and I'm doing more things, like I can do like raffles and free readings and stuff like that. So stick with me. I appreciate you more than you fucking know. And yeah, love you, girl.